It's Miss Mant T coming to talk to you today, hon. And we got a serious subject because I've been hearing that you said that Christians hate the LGBTQ plus community. And I want you to know, baby, that's not the truth. I understand though that because some have been kind of passionate about what they feel they don't understand. I want you to forgive them, but we need to talk. See, it's kind of hard when you love someone, but you can't get close to the one you love. And that's the problem that you're having with the Christian folks because we have two different beliefs. You see, you believe in that you have the right to love like you want to, who you want to, and you feel it with all your heart, and you have chosen to live with them or to have an intimate relationship with them. Now, see here, Christians believe that too. We believe that we have a right to love who we want to, be intimate with who we want to, and live our lives the way we want to. But see, we choose not to use that freedom. We realize that if we are free to do what we want to do, we're going to end up doing what the good Lord didn't want us to. You see, that's where our beliefs differ. You believe in that, uh, well, that the the Lord could not possibly have allowed you to feel this way if he didn't make you that way. And you have come to believe that. Now, darling, I understand that it's a choice you made. Some have gotten into that lifestyle because they were forced in it. Someone touched them in a way they should not, who was just like them, whether it's a woman who had touched on that little one that's just like a older man or a young boy or whomever touched someone of the same gender, and your body responded to it and you wondered why. And then there's others that had seen some things and their mind became aroused with curiosity, and they uh, got in a relationship with someone who also had the same curiosities. And then there's some of you that feel that that's just the way you were born because you don't understand why you're feeling the way you do. Now, you see here, Christians don't hate you because of that, nor do they hate you at all. You see, there's no Christian, a real Christian, that can hate anyone, huh? Now, I know that you've heard a lot of folks saying that they Christian, but baby, it's not what you do, it's who you are, and yet it's what you do. Now, see, let me explain that to you, darling. When I told you that a Christian knows that they think things. They have a mind, to a free mind to think, and they have an emotions, and they have a will, I mean their choice, a will to the ability to make a choice, make a decision. But we choose not to do those things because our belief is that God allows himself to come inside of us. And he already has made his standards for us because of who he is. We gave up our will freely so that he could be who he want to be, who he is in us. Now, the reason why you feeling that, the Christian, I understand, like we talked about, some that said some ugly things to you, might have been your parents, might have been your siblings, or your uncles or aunts, your friends, someone who got passionate because they said that they were in a relationship with the good Lord. And because they were thinking a certain way. See, because when you talk about you were born a certain way, we were born according to what we believe. In the Bible, you will be created a living soul. That means that your mind, your will, and your emotions. He gave you a free will. But see, we became, and that makes you human, but we became a different type of human when we decided to allow the supernatural God who created us all to come inside of us and live in here. Take over our thoughts, take over our hearts, take over our will, our choices. And because we don't agree with what you're doing, doesn't mean we don't love you. We cannot change if we are to stay in a relationship with the Lord, meaning that we cannot choose to agree with what he says. He doesn't. Doesn't mean he doesn't love you. How can he not love you, darling? He made you. He doesn't love you less than he loves any of us. Now, see, I want you to understand here. I know you're getting upset and got the attitude already. That's the reason why I don't go to church. That's the reason why I don't deal with those so-called Christians. Because you still want to do what you want to do, but yet you want us to just change our belief. That's your belief. And that's your choice. You can call us slaves. That's all right. Because I know if you read in the good book, you have found that it says that I'm a slave to God. Doesn't mean that you don't have a will. You just chosen to give him your will. He doesn't force himself on us. And even if we doing something that he doesn't want, we don't stay in a relationship with him, hon. It's not just because you love someone you feel and you become uh, 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 sexually involved or attracted to them that makes you not in a relationship with him, hon. Let me tell you, according to what he says, if somebody, two people not married, darling, and they're engaging in some sexual activities, he said no. He don't agree with it. If two people marry, baby, to somebody else and they are in a relationship with somebody else's spouse, darling, he said no. If we lying, if we stealing, if we cheating, if we taking someone out of here, if we hateful, if we holding grudges, if we don't forgive folks, darling, then we don't have a relationship with him if we keep that up. Yes, we have the opportunity because we still have that mind he gave us. We still have that will he gave us. We still have our emotions. But if we live in them, that'll cause us to do what he doesn't want us to. So, baby, I don't want you to ever think that a Christian hates you, darling. It's just that we have made our mind up to do what he told us to. And we have that belief that we must refrain and abstain from some things in order to keep our relationship intact with him. And you have your belief that you can still do what you want to do and love whom you want to love. And you've believed, some of you who have not gotten so mad at him that you say he don't exist, you believe you can still do that. So that's why we can't agree on that. No, I'm not saying that Christian folks not can't be around someone in the LGBTQ lifestyle, because they are anyway. A lot of folks don't know it. I know you saying, baby, there's some in the podium. They not a Christian though, baby. But anyhow, what they can't do is be around when you doing your activities. Because according to what he told us, we're not supposed to, darling. So when you seeing people not wanting you to be showing your physical emotions, or the holding of hands or kissing each other and all of these other things, you're not supposed to go no deeper than that anyway in public, whether you're married, man and woman or not. But there are some things, because we in a relationship with Christ, he told us not to. Now, I understand you're still having a problem because your emotions are running rampant. You've made up your mind that this is what you want and this is who you want. And you're going to do whatever you want to do, baby. It's okay. Go ahead. That's why the Christians can't agree with it, though, darling. Because he said that he made us to be able to reproduce. And no matter what a mankind can do for you, baby, whether you go off and you ladies decide you're going to either have intercourse with a man to get a baby, or whether you're going to get an in vitro fertilization, or you're going to use a surrogate, you still got to go his way about it, darling. It's going to take a man to help. And you gentlemen, you understand, you are the giver of the seed. You cannot house the seed. So you still gonna have to go about it his way and get a woman somewhere, her egg or something. I know all this new stuff, this something another else stuff going on in here. But he said the way he wanted it, okay? Don't mean we don't love you, darling. We do. And don't get frustrated because we want you to be in a relationship with us too, that we can be close again. That's why they talk to you about the word, okay? Because they do love you. But if you so choose to continue like that, then they can't be intimate with you, huh? They get to see you, get to talk to you, get to hug on you, but they can't get to be with you because you've chosen to do what we don't believe. And what we believe is what God said in the Bible, okay? We love you, darling. And I'm going to leave you with this, he said. You remember, because Told you that he said from the beginning he created us male and female. So don't get mad when we tell you that, baby. Don't. It's all right. Because somewhere in you, you know that's true. But you still want what you want. You're not willing to give up what you want. That's what makes you not a Christian. And that's the difference. It's why you thinking Christians hate you, darling. We don't hate you. There was a prophet in the Bible named Jeremiah, and the good Lord was calling him to his ministry, his purpose. And he told him that he chose him before he even formed him in the womb. Said, I'm going to read it to you. Hope you don't be mad, but I'm going to do it anyhow because you understand I am a Christian and I love you, baby. And like you have made up your mind to do what you want to do and what you believe, I made up my mind a long time ago, baby. It's not going to change. I'm going to still love him and I'm going to still love you. And I'm going to keep praying for you, whether you want me to or not. But this is what Jeremiah said before he was to go out and tell uh, uh, the children of Israel all of the things that they were doing that the good Lord said they wasn't supposed to. And it's a hard thing when you already know that the folks are not going to want to hear it. But you got to do it anyway because you really do love them. You want them to know everything about the goodness of the one who came, died, and rose again for us so we can be in a wonderful relationship with him because he created us for himself anyway, baby. Not just for us, not just for the ones we love. He loved us because he loved himself. What that mean, baby? He called us, he made us so we could experience him, so we could worship him, so we could feel who he is. And he wanted us to be able to reproduce that love of his and show it to everybody else. Okay, here. So anyway, this is what Jeremiah was telling the people. Probably the Lord had to assure him, I'm with you. No matter what folks gonna say about you, what they gonna say to you, whether they stay with you or not, I'm with you. He told him, he said, the word of the Lord came to me. I chose you before I formed you in the womb. I set you apart before you were born. I appointed you a prophet to the nations. You see here, darling, the Lord was letting Jeremiah know I had intentions for you. I had plans for you from the beginning. I know who I wanted you to be. I know who I made you. And in order for any of us, darling, to do that, to know that, we have to go to him and ask him. Okay, here. Don't be upset with folks because they're Christian and they can't agree with what you're doing. Ask yourself a question, baby. Do you like it when you say they pushing their beliefs off on you? You don't, do you? God doesn't try to push us in a relationship with him. We're not trying to do that to you either. We're just trying to share who we love like you want to share who you love. But we can't be around when you doing things that he said you're not supposed to, darling. It's just like your parents. They don't want you to do stuff you don't need to be doing. Is that all right? Don't be upset with us. Well, I can't tell you how to feel. I asked you not to be upset with us. And I'm asking all of you Christian folks that have loved ones that have decided that they are a part of that community, that you keep praying for them, you keep loving on them. No, I understand. Your passions may get overwhelmed and you might have said some things you don't need to. You need to say, ask them for forgiveness because the good Lord never told you that. He had compassion for everyone. He has compassion, but he'll allow you to decide you don't want him if you want to. And if your loved ones have decided they don't want to be around with what you believe in, then you gotta let them go, just like the good Lord did for us. Okay, here. We love you so much. And we love you enough to let you decide what you want to do, who you want to be, and who you want to be with. And I pray that you love us enough that you allow us to love the good Lord and everything about him and everything he wants for us. Now, it may be a sad thing that we might not be able to agree, but that's a decision that we both had to make, and we realized that we were making when we chose whom we chose to love. I love you, darling. And I'll see you a little while later. Okay? Bye-bye now.